Wilfried Bony. Ivory Coast's history-making striker Wilfried Bony has become one of the most expensive African players in history after moving to Manchester City from Swansea for an estimated £25m $38m. The BBC's Tamasin fourth has been to his hometown of Bingerville in southeastern Ivory Coast to find out more about the Premier League's latest rising star. He slept right here, says Carmel and Gesson, pointing to a faded mattress at the bottom of a hard, wooden, three-story bunk bed. He says it is incredible training at the same place as Bony did. I think he's a great player. Excellent even. He's a big celebrity and that makes me happy. Admu laughs. I hope he becomes the best player in Africa. On the hunt for the footballer who gets to sleep in Bony's old bed, I ask the waiting players. The smallest of the bunch steps forward and erupts into a fit of giggles as he declares his name is Suarez. He tells me it makes him proud lying in Bony's bed every night. And that is the overriding feeling here at the academy. Pride. He's made our country proud, says Amarad. When we speak about Ivory Coast, we think of Chelsea striker Didier Drogba, Yaya Toure, who was one of the biggest transfers in England when he moved to Manchester City in 2010 for £24m. And one day, thanks to God, it will be Wilfried Bony. He's our pride and he deserves it. This was his place. There are no swimming pools, specialized gymnasiums or tennis courts here. I started the center because I had the chance to go to Europe when I was very young. There are so many young Ivorians who would wish to be in my place, he says. With a career spanning France, Italy, Spain and Turkey, Amarad captained the national side, taking the Elephants to their first World Cup in 2006. There is one word that is used again and again here when people speak about Bony: serious. And serious is exactly the word I would use to describe the 26-year-old after interviewing him a few times myself. He is a wise boy who knows what he wants, says Amarad. He's got his head on his shoulders. The first time he saw Bony play was when he was visiting Abidjan, the economic capital of the Ivory Coast, on holidays from France. Bony played as a defender back then and according to Amarad he defended with gusto. He was cautious with the ball, easy with the ball, the technician. So I kept my eyes on him. It was not until Amarad joined the national side's coaching squad with former England boss Sven-Göran Eriksson that Bony got the chance to play for his country. Amarad did not tell anyone the young player was at his academy, instead wanting Bony to prove his talents for himself. It was then that he turned his eyes to spotting the country's future stars. I gave Wilfried Bony the chance and several other players because I told myself I am giving football back what it gave to me. He asked simply the dorm rooms, a small concrete school block, an administration office and canteen. Despite the lack of five-star facilities, the academy is still pumping out the football stars. It was not only the starting platform for Bony, but also for FC Porto's Michael Sarri, Xavier Kouachi, who plays in Switzerland, and defender Wilfried Bony, now with a team in the Dutch Eredivisie. Joker. Cyril Amarad, the man behind the academy, is another Ivorian footballing great. I take in the surroundings. A flurry of football kits and clothes are strewn across the room. One of 5 dorms at the Cyril Amarad Football Academy where Bony arrived at the age of 12. It is hot and musty, exactly how you would imagine a teenage dormitory to smell. Wilfried Bony is one of the top footballers, says Ann Gesson, the Academy's Secretary General. It's always an honor for the players to get to sleep in his bed. The Amorad Academy is nowhere near as grand as Ivory Coast's famous ASC Mimosa Academy, where more than half of last year's Ivory Coast World Cup team passed through, including the Tour brothers Yaya and Kolo, former Chelsea players Salomon Kalou and Roma forward Jordan Ho.